Welcome to Rate the Audits, where we put misconduct on display, break down police and legal encounters, protect rights, and demand accountability. Today's episode comes to us from Power to the Proletariat. Make sure to check the link below, subscribe, and give him the credit he deserves. In this audit, PTTP is calmly filming outside a police station, fully within his rights, when an inspector and several officers swarm him. Their accusation harassment for recording a private car from a public space. Within moments, they escalate, threatening arrest without a shred of lawful authority. PTTP stands firm, dismantles their baseless claims and captures their unprofessional conduct on camera. What follows is a formal complaint that goes straight to the chief inspector's desk, forcing accountability where the officers failed to show it.
Are you doing a news piece?
Pardon?
Are you doing a news piece?
Just having a look at your cars now, really. Just saw his PC was idling up there, and I figured she was going to be coming out in a second. So, yeah, just waiting for... Oh, my days. Oh, so we got an inspector,
Yeah,
a PC?
Yep.
PC? Inspector.
Is he
So
doing...
we got 4 police officers for a man with a camera.
Right.
But it's quite intimidating, isn't it, having 4 people come out?
There's private vehicles there as well as vehicles that are unmarked.
Sure, but...
I'm just wondering what you're doing.
But it's quite intimidating having 4 officers come out and across somebody with a camera.
You're here on police premises.
Yeah, but like 4 people, really?
Establish whether there's a security issue.
Okay.
So, do you want to talk to me about what you're here for? I've got no issue with you filming, but as I've said, there's private vehicles.
Yeah,
And
it's not my intention to get those. If they're in the background of a shot, they're in the background of a shot, but I'm not here to... I'm not
doing a news piece. Do you want an interview? I'll talk to you if you'd like to have an interview.
not particularly, no. Just want to have a look around, that's all. Just like to look around.
I saw you obviously trying to walk around there, so I was just wondering...
You should be careful with the information that you say like that, because I wasn't trying to walk around there at all.
The opening seconds say it all. 4 officers led by an inspector march in formation straight at the auditor. No pause, no observation, no assessment, just immediate escalation. The inspector starts with the classic soft opener. She claims she has no problem with filming. But in the very next breath she plants the hook: there are private vehicles in the car park. That small shift changes everything. Suddenly, what was lawful becomes suspect. And right on cue, her colleague lands the punch. A confident claim that the auditor tried to enter the private car park. That's not an observation, it's an accusation. Was he close to the line? Yes. Was it illegal? No. But here's the trick. Convince everyone he intended to cross it, and you've manufactured grounds to intervene. Suspicion created in real time.
I was stood there for a good 4 minutes watching you in your vehicle, and I saw the sign saying no unauthorized access. Yeah. So don't tell me that I was trying to walk places where I wasn't. Be careful with things like that.
Have you got the footage that you need?
I'm not sure yet, to be honest.
Okay, I'd like you to leave, because as I've said, there are private vehicles there, but you've got some footage. You've got enough. There's nothing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the footage that I was getting was actually interrupted by the PC stopping and coming out. Okay. But, so I'll probably wait around to see if any more vehicles come in or out, see if I can get one on blue lights.
You didn't do that, because as I've said, there's private cars coming in and out. Officers don't want you recording them coming and going from duty, because that presents a potential security risk.
Well, they shouldn't drive to work then, really, should they? If they're that concerned.
Business to film the private areas that are off limit to the public.
I have every business to film anything that's visible from a public area.
But my point is, you shouldn't be going up there, which is what you've done.
I haven't gone past the signage where your signage is. It doesn't say the signage. The signage is the signage here saying I can't go further than this, or is the signage there saying I can't go further than there?
Twice, she leans on the phrase private vehicles like it's some magic rule that overrides public rights. In reality, those cars are irrelevant if they're visible from a public space. They can be filmed. But the repetition works. It plants the suggestion that the auditor is somewhere he shouldn't be, softening the ground for her next move. You've got enough footage. That's not legislation. That's her deciding the job's over when she says so. And then comes the slide into her colleague's false narrative, warning the auditor he shouldn't be going up there. She hasn't seen him cross the boundary. She hasn't even checked the signage. She's just echoing the accusation, wrapping it in authority. But the auditor knows the layout better than she does, and he points out the obvious: the restricted zone starts further ahead. He hasn't crossed it and the law is on his side.
My personal use, public interest.
Well, my personal vehicle is there, and I'm asking you, from me to you as a private individual, I'm not comfortable with you violating my personal space.
It's not your personal space. It's
my vehicle there, my private vehicle is there, and I'm not comfortable with you filming that.
Well, if you hadn't announced it as your private vehicle, nobody would ever have known.
I'm telling you it is. So
no, you are doing now.
Yeah,
well, I'm not going to. It's in a public area.
In which case, you'll have to be removed to prevent the breach of the peace, because
how am I breaching the peace? Do you know what the threshold is for breach of the peace?
You already have enough footage, so I'm asking you to leave. Okay. You're creating these officers aren't able to get on with their policing duty.
I'm not stopping them.
The inspector's response here is jaw-dropping. My personal vehicle is there, and I'm asking you from me to you as a private individual. I'm not comfortable with you violating my personal space. Personal space in this context, it doesn't even make sense. She's in uniform on duty, referring to a police car park owned by the force, not her, and fully visible from a public vantage point. There is no such thing as personal space over an area you don't own and can't legally shield from view. The auditor cuts straight through it, reminding her it's not her personal space. But she doubles down, insisting she's not happy with her vehicle being filmed. Here's the irony. If she hadn't flagged it, nobody watching would have known it was hers. She made the connection herself, turning something anonymous into something personal. That's not a privacy breach by the auditor, it's a tactical blunder by her. And then comes the escalation. She threatens that if he doesn't stop filming, he'll be removed to prevent a breach of the peace. That's not lawful. Breach of the peace is about preventing imminent violence or disorder, not shutting down a lawful right because an officer feels uncomfortable.
For our individuals, as I was getting on with a matter that's a concern to the community, and I've got an individual on police premises filming not only the police cars coming and going, but officers arriving for duty and leaving again. That causes me a concern.
So you're working on conjecture there, because I have specifically said that is not my intention.
I've said to you, you're causing me a concern. So
okay.
I'd like to leave.
Well, you're concerned. Do you police by your feelings in this country, or do you police by what the law is?
I'd like to.
Do you police by what the law is, or do you police by?
The officers to take you away, because you are not.
Am I in a public place?
There are officers having private conversations about cases in the backyard of the police station.
Well, they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be having that conversation in that sort of place.
But you shouldn't be there within the scope of being able to film them.
Do you know, you can film anything you can see from a public place in the UK.
Okay.
Is this a public place?
This is a public place.
There you go. So if I can film it.
Let me put it a different way. If you stand at the end of my driveway at home, which is a public place, repairable at public expense. And you film into my window, is that acceptable?
Is this your home? Do you live here? Do you sleep here?
But these are private premises. Beyond this line here, you are filming from a public into a private space.
Okay.
Is that permitted?
Yes.
When the auditor reminds her he's in a public place, she tries the classic hypothetical: if you stand at the end of my driveway at home, which is a public place, and you film into my window, is that acceptable? It's a weak comparison from the start. Filming into the windows of a private home can raise privacy issues under Section 1 of the Protection from Harassment Act, or even, in some contexts, the Data Protection Act. But this isn't a home, it's a police station. There's no expectation of domestic privacy here. The auditor calls her bluff instantly. Is this your home? Do you live here? That's the key point. The law treats a private residence very differently from a workplace, especially one operated by a public body. She tries to recover with this as private premises. You are filming from a public into a private. And yes, it is private premises, but private premises that are lawfully visible from a public vantage point can still be filmed. Her driveway analogy isn't law, it's a red herring. An emotional ploy to shift the debate away from legality and into personal discomfort.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Of course it is.
So you can stand on my road and film me in my home, can you?
If your curtains are open, then legally, yes, I can.
So
if I continue to do it repeatedly, then you could potentially take action about harassment. But at this point, I've been here once only to come and get some footage. I want to.
Footage for a couple of minutes and then you can leave.
No, you don't put a time. You don't put a time limit on my rights.
Time limit on you, and I'm telling you.
Do you know what Article 10 is of the Human Rights Act?
You are causing me personally harassment and alarm by filming here.
Go talk to the Lord Justice Bean about it. The police have a much higher threshold.
To leave and then you're going to go.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Arrest me? Yes, you're going to arrest me. You'll be hearing from my solicitors and you'll be having a civil suit on your hands. Arrest me for what are you going to arrest me for?
You are causing a nuisance.
What are you going to arrest me for?
Either public nuisance or harassment.
Public nuisance?
Yes.
So under the new legislation that came in the public...
So you've got your opportunity to film.
So
I'd like you to not film or certainly delete anything that has details of my personal vehicle or that of any other police officers there, and then I want you to go. All right?
you don't put a time limit on my rights.
From getting on with
No, I'm exercising my rights here, and you don't put a time limit on that, Inspector. Inspector, what? Blackwell? Thank you.
No, you all right with me? Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, see, I'm obviously not that much of a concern, so you're allowing them to go about their business, yet you're threatening to arrest me. Tyrants here at Stamford.